In this video, I'd like to introduce you to the ideas of calculus. Now, I'm not going to do a great long video here. I'm going to do something very, very brief because I want to introduce calculus in a very generic way first. Okay, so with calculus, you may well have heard of it before. You often hear it on like American TV shows or films where the character has to go to his calculus class, and there's no kind of mention as to what that actually means. But in other countries, you can do whole courses on calculus, and when you go to degree level, you'll do whole modules on calculus. Okay, so what is it? What is calculus? Well, calculus is split up into two halves. One half is known as differentiation. Okay, and this is what we're going to be focusing on first. The second half is known as integration. Now, they are inverse properties of one another. Okay, they are reverse operations, and they can solve a host of problems. Okay. For differentiation, what we're going to be looking at is looking at the gradient of curves. Okay, so we're going to be looking at how curves change in their gradient. Okay, so you can see that the gradient of the curve is steeper there, then it gets shallower, then the gradient becomes 0, and then it becomes negative, and it's steeper, and then and as you can see, it changes as you go around the curve. Okay, so we're going to explore how the curve changes depending on where you are. Okay, looking at its gradient. And that opens up a whole realm of possibilities to being able to locate these specific turning points, for example. Okay, so differentiation then leads on to things like differential equations, which then require you to look at integration. Now, integration doesn't just reverse differentiation, it also has an excellent property that it will allow you to find the area between the curve and the x-axis, okay, and find that exact area. So integration has this whole other part to it that is, is really powerful. So this is how calculus is split up, and we're going to start differentiation by looking at what we mean or what we know already by gradient and how we can develop this concept to look at curves.